Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Tommy, and today I'm joined by Eric.
Hi.
We're back for some more Days of Our Lives from 1984. Today, we're going to be discussing episodes that aired from March 19th to March 22nd, 1984. So I'll roll the credits and we'll get right into it.
Treaties.
Do you feel like everything happened this week?
I loved it. Where's Neil? Where the hell's Neil?
Well, he left town because he kind of like gave up on Liz and him. Remember, he just like needed to
How
get
can
away.
he, how can he just leave town? He's a doctor. like,
He asked for time off. Don't you remember? It was a whole scene.
no, I don't actually. That was like a month ago. I can't forget.
No, it was last week, honestly. Oh, you mean when we recorded it? Yeah, it was probably a month
yeah.
ago. Yeah, he asked Tom for some time off, and Tom was like, "Doctors have to take care of themselves too, so you take all the time you need."
Right.
AKA maybe contract negotiations.
Yeah, it could be.
Need more light in here. Okay.
I didn't know where he was. I was like, where the hell is Neil? Where'd he go? Because I thought he was with her,
Right.
but I must have missed a part or forgot a part or something.
So we picked up where Doug's place was being robbed. Um, Doug,
I
Julie,
remember that.
and
I remember that.
Liz. What?
I remembered that.
That's where we ended.
That was like a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Um, Doug gives them the money, and there's a little bit of a struggle, and the gun goes off, and Liz starts having all these flashes of when the gun went off when she was in jail.
Mhm.
And we assumed her memory came back, and she kept screaming, "Where's Neil? I need Neil. I have to find Neil." And she kind of confirms that she remembers everything. Um, she remembers shooting Marie.
Yeah,
And I was laughing because Julie was like, "Oh my God, that's great." And I was like, I know she meant it's great that you remember, but it was just funny the way that, like, that's great that you remember shooting Marie, my cousin, or whatever, aunt, whatever
yeah,
she
right.
is.
Yeah.
I think it's her aunt. Yeah, it's her aunt. So she's like, she has to
Um,
find Neil. Um,
like, he
Maggie,
didn't tell anybody where he was going? Like, it's crazy.
no, he probably did one of those vague I need to leave town situations.
Drive up and down the coast like some people like to do.
Right. um, I like the scene for some reason. I don't know. I think I might like Gwen and Larry. I don't know.
I
But
mean,
he comes to her apartment and she's like eating ice cream and watching Casablanca, and I don't know, I just like the very casual, like, nature of the scene.
yeah, yeah, I
Um,
like it too. They have good chemistry. It's a shame it's not gonna work out.
she's, like, fighting her attraction to him because she doesn't wanna get hurt again or used by another rich or married man.
It isn't gonna end well. Like, how long is he gonna use Hope for? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. Is she supposed to be a side piece, Gwen? Like, it's just weird.
Maybe till he becomes president? I don't know.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Um,
Especially with scandal. Like, there'll be scandal if he becomes president. Like, it makes no sense.
right.
Whatever.
We see Tony and Anna in Paris.
Tony. Tony.
And they get a visit from a guy who knows Tony, but because Tony's not Tony, Tony's like, "I don't know who the fuck this is. Holy shit."
Yeah.
So he's like playing like, "Would I remember you?" Like, it's very strange. And Anna's all like, "Oh, Tony's being rude. I'm Anna." And so they like introduce each other. And Tony's just like, "Hmm."
I was confused at that man saying he has a wife and then like it's a joke. I'm like, wait, is he gay? I was so confused.
I laughed when she introduced herself as Demara. And how did she word it? He said, "Oh, your wife?" And she said something like, the second time or almost or something like that, and he's like he just like, needed to know the story. So Tony broke it down and was like, "Oh, we were married and then we got divorced and now we're getting married again."
Right. Yeah.
um, we see the man in the chains struggling to get out with his
Sloth.
motorcycle helmet.
Sloth.
Sloth.
What I
uh,
picture.
Liz sings to Noel.
That
Uh,
was cute.
and that was Doug and Julie's last appearance that episode, that Monday episode.
Do they say bye to anybody? They're just like, "Oh, we're just going." They didn't have a scene with Hope. Like,
Nothing. Yeah, they're just like gone. That's it.
that's so shitty. That was very not cool. Because Days is usually pretty good with writing people out.
Yeah,
Like,
especially if you like you know they're leaving, like set it up. Like don't just be like, "Oh, your contract's up. Okay, bye."
yeah, it was just so abrupt. It's like right after they got robbed, I was like, "What?"
I know.
It was very weird. I was not happy with it.
Maggie tells Don that Liz got her memory back, and he's very
Mhm,
happy about that.
mhm, and Maggie's happy.
Um,
Everybody's happy.
Sean knows that Roman is alive.
Oh, well, they told him, yeah.
Yeah.
It was cute. Although Sean, he always, like, overacts to me, this guy, Frank Parker. He always was just like, "Oh," like, again, like the Broadway thing, like, I feel like it's
Like with
very
me with Gina on
overtaken.
Santa Barbara.
What? Oh, yeah.
Me with
I'm
Gina on
here.
Santa Barbara.
Yeah, very.
Um, when Tony and Anna get back from Paris, she's kind of like I don't know, do you think she's suspicious that there's something wrong with Tony? Because she's
Yeah,
kind of questioning things to see if he remembers things.
yeah.
Like, she talks about, like, some sexy hot tub that soaking that they did, and then she's like, "Do you remember where that was?" And he gets, like, all, like, angry. No, he changes the subject on that, but then she has another question, and he's like, "What's with the interrogation?" And he, like, freaks out, and he's like, "I'm tired of talking about the past." So she's like, "Okay." She's like, "I'll go run a tub." She's like, "And we'll have a nice soak, and maybe that'll calm you."
Mhm, yeah.
Do you think she's getting suspicious?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she knows something's up. I mean, who would ever think that you have a twin?
Right.
So, I mean, I don't know, but I'm guessing that's how she'll be the one to figure it out, I would think.
Well, she's in
Um,
the house, so you know she'll be snooping. I laugh every time that wall moves. It reminds me of, like, Inspector Gadget or something, or
yeah,
the old Batman series.
yeah, the bathroom.
Yeah,
Oh, in the wall, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So, at the end of the Tuesday episode, we see Tony basically loosen the helmet, but he doesn't take it off. And then literally, maybe not even 10 minutes into the Wednesday episode, he takes the helmet off,
Yeah,
and it's revealed to be another Tony. So I was like, "Wow, not even a cliffhanger, and also a Wednesday, and not even, like, 10 minutes into the episode." I was like, "They're just, like, moving things along now."
yeah, I was confused by that too. I was like, "Huh."
But,
But
the Tony in the helmet refers to the Tony we've been seeing as his cousin,
yeah,
and they talk about him having plastic surgery to look like Tony. Um, Real Tony seems to know how to bait him to get him to, like, try to attack him. He knows how
yeah.
to, like, tap into his insecurities.
Stefano's a terrible father.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, but he's not even his biological father, at least at this point, I don't think. I don't know. I really hate the whole Tony Andre bloodline thing because I never know what's what.
It would have exactly. It would have been good probably for this time only, and then, like, actually had Tony and maybe have Andre come back later and, like, where it makes sense, but it's so all over the place, like, it's too hard to even understand it.
I feel like the cousin family connection was in the '80s and maybe they don't mention Andre in the '90s, but I until they retcon it in the early 2000s. But I feel like in the 2000s, all of a sudden they were brothers. They didn't even, like, mention that they were cousins.
Yeah, it makes
And
sense.
it's I coulda swore I read at some point they weren't even cousins, that he was just some random guy that had plastic surgery to look like Andre.
Oh, gee,
Tony.
so weird.
Yeah, it's so convoluted.
It is.
It's whatever to make the plot make sense in the moment,
Yeah,
as long as you don't think about anything else.
right.
Um, Marlena and Roman have a lot of sexy time.
Oh my god, they really do.
Um, they seem to be worried that Alice is stopping by, but Alice knows.
Well, she's on to it, but she doesn't know officially.
I thought she did. Didn't Bo tell her?
No, because remember she questions Bo later. She saw the milk, or the neighbor saw the milkman go in.
Right.
The milkman never came out, so that's why
Oh,
she thinks
that
it
makes
was.
sense with the I guess it was a joke later on. I think Roman said could be another milkman or something like that.
Yeah, so she knows, but like Bo ain't giving it up yet. Like he's like, I can't. He doesn't want to involve her again because of
Right.
I don't know why she wants to be involved again. Like, what does she think she's going to do?
Um, Hope tells Larry that Doug and Julie left, and that's it. It's just like the mention, like, "Oh, yeah, so we were supposed to believe that they said goodbye, like, off screen, I guess."
I guess.
Um, Bo and Diane put on, like, an act for Hope and Larry, and I was like, "Dana, why are you still here? I thought she was long gone."
Right? I was confused by that too because I kept staring. I'm like, is it her? It is her.
I did a quick, like, "Wait," when she came on the screen. I was like, "You're still here?"
Yeah. I
So
didn't
that
know
was
about
fun.
this stuff. I never knew like things really came between Bo and Hope this early. I always thought they were like together from jump pretty much.
Oh, no, it was everything to keep them apart. They never actually, like, got together for, like, a year or 2, I feel like.
And they didn't even have sex and we thought they did.
Yeah, I kind of always thought they didn't, because she had a big dress on. There's a lot of layers to get through.
I don't know. It just seemed like they did it, like I don't know.
Um, and just the way that they were speaking, I don't know. And maybe just because I know and that I've retroactively made me think that they didn't, I don't know.
I don't know. I felt like you were confused by it because thought you did think they had sex on their New Year's Eve or her party or whatever.
Well, who knows? Who remembers? I don't.
I remember talking to you about it like a couple podcasts ago, and I thought you said that we both thought they did, and then
Listen,
they
I'm
said that they
40. I'm
did.
40 now. I barely remember yesterday, okay? um,
You were
so
just as good.
Larry I feel like this week Larry went into full on like scheming cartoon villain mode.
Yeah, kinda.
He's threatening Diane again to like keep it up with Bo.
She said she was pregnant, so but Hope could hear.
We see Stefano on the computer screen
Yeah,
and he tells Andre that he drinks too much.
yeah.
I guess
Well,
Tony doesn't drink. I don't think that's a detail that sticks.
Andre's getting sloppy, and Stefano's getting mad at him for it.
Hope overhears Diane tell Danny, who's still around, "Hey Danny."
Yep, I knew. I was like, I
Hope
can't believe
overhears
it.
Diane tell Danny that she thinks she is pregnant.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that. You dipped out, I guess. I don't know. Um,
Yeah, because she made sure that Hope was around, so she heard, which
Hope
upset me.
tells Bo to stay out of her life, and he leaves. And
Well,
uh,
and she points out that Larry's there too.
how did you
Like,
feel about Hope telling Larry to kiss her? I
Ugh,
wasn't as geezed out as I thought I would be. I'm not shipping them by any means, but I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever."
yeah, I was me.
I kinda feel like we're not even though we know she's 18, which is, legal, um, she looks older now because of the way they dress her in these big fancy gowns and everything,
Right.
which may have been the point of why they did that. So I was just kinda like, "Okay, whatever, they're both adults."
Um,
But Larry leaves as if, like, if he doesn't stop kissing her that they might have sex.
well, when he gets out the door, he's like, "I might
Yeah.
have her soon," or like some comment.
Yeah, he says soon or not yet or something like that, yeah, like
Yeah, or I forget what he said, but yeah, like along the lines of like he's being shady. But it so at this point, it still seems like he's just using her.
mhm.
Um, and I know that changes eventually. I don't know when, because right now it seems like, you know, that he is just using her for whatever political thing that he's doing. And he likes Gwen, it feels like. I don't know
I
what
don't
it
think
changes to when
I
he
could
gets
be
like
wrong.
stalked.
I don't think he likes her or not likes, loves her or
Ev-
ever does. I think he always uses her. I think it's a control thing. I think he wants to have his cake and eat it too. He wants to have, like, the facade of, like, a perfect political wife, and he doesn't wanna be embarrassed, so he just wants her to, like, stay in line and do what he says, but he wants to have his side piece, who he really wants, which is Gwen, and so when Hope steps out of line, he gets, like, crazy because she's not sticking to the plan or whatever.
like the whole time, like even when
I
it comes
think so, I don't ever remember him being, like, in love with her. I think it's just, like, more of a control thing.
hmm,
I could be wrong. We'll see
weird when he
eventually.
comes back later, it seemed like he was like stalking her, but I could be wrong too. I haven't watched it in years, so
Um, yeah, I don't know.
who
So that's pretty much all I have. Did I miss anything you wanted to mention?
Tess, Pete, Melissa,
Right.
Mickey, Maggie.
Yeah, I like
Um,
Pete now. He seems like he's trying to, like, do the right thing and be a good guy.
although he
Um,
talked about hanging out with his other friends, the Vipers again, and Tess was getting on him about that.
mm,
Mickey doesn't want anything to do with him or want Melissa to have anything to do with him. Maggie is like open to it. She's like, he's changing, so
I like that Chris can kinda, like, break through his whole, like, tough guy when he gets all like, "Ooh, whatever," like,
yeah.
um, he's just basically like, "Hey, look at me. Like, just give me your word." Like, he's, like, telling him, like, "I'll believe you if you give me your word. Just, like, tell me the truth."
Yeah, Mickey and Maggie met with Chris to like talk to him about Pete.
Yeah, they wanna, like, keep them apart. Well, Mickey does anyway. I like that
Right.
Melissa was like, "I'm gonna go sit at the bar and get a soda. Is that okay, or is that too close to Pete?"
Mhm.
And Mickey's like, "I'll be keeping an eye on you." She's like, "I'm sure you will."
I like that Tony called Anna Contessa. I'm like, is that what a countess's wife is? Contessa.
Yeah.
Is it?
Um, maybe that's a way to say it. I've referred to this okay, so to go to a different show really quick, All My Children. Dimitri's
Mhm.
a count, isn't he?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so he's where we're at, me and Derek, him and Erica got married, and nobody's calling her Countess. And I just feel like Erica Kane would want to be called Countess. And my real life reference to this is Real Housewives of New York, Countess Luann.
Oh, geez.
Um, and I remember thinking, like, even though she was divorced, she was still a countess. The only way she loses that title is if she remarries.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So now going back to this, um, I forgot that Tony was a count. So yeah, Anna would totally want to be called Countess Anna Demare or whatever.
Contessa.
But yeah, don't you think Erica Kane would want to be referred to as Countess?
I don't know. Erica's so complicated.
It's like I feel like it's just like a title of like stature and like wealth, and I feel like that's something she's always wanted. Like,
No, she always wanted to do things on her own, like, so it's I don't see that in her.
no?
You're
Hmm.
not, no.
Yeah,
If you watch it,
I don't really know her that well, so you would know better.
I only knew her better because of watching the '80s stuff, and, like, just watching that, I it's complicated. She's very complicated. I can
Well,
see why she loved playing her for all those years, like, that's for sure.
Anna definitely has is the type of person that would want that title.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
and I guess maybe because Tony was off the show or presumed dead for so long, that's why I've never really heard her be referred to as that. Um, do you know if Tony and Anna are married in the current show or if they're just like Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell?
Yeah, I mean, I think they are just like them because I don't
I don't ever remember a wedding in like present day or the last 15 years.
I don't know. I thought they did maybe marry,
Hmm.
but I really honestly can't remember. I thought they were in, like, a part of a double wedding, but I could be wrong.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
I'll have to look it up because I would think they would be married by now.
I was just thinking about Beyonce album 1 with the jewels, how Anna wanted the jewels, and I'm like, that lines up with her personality in the '80s.
They should have gotten married in that. That would have been fun with, like, Harry around and all.
Yeah.
I did like Liz telling everybody off because she remembered everything she told Larry off because of he helped put her away in prison. That was fun.
That's actually kind of funny because it's like, "Oh, yeah, I just remembered. I'm mad at you."
He was pissed. He's like, "I won't get it, and I have clout, and I will take," like, and she, like, put him down. He was like he, like, "Shut up." And, didn't Tess say something like, "Oh, that lady that lady seems, like, prim and proper, but, like, she has some balls," or basically.
Yeah, I like Liz.
Yeah, it was fun, and then Liz told off, Tony as well, which was fun. But then they kind of, like, made up, well, Tony as well,
Mhm.
and then they kinda made up, even though
Well,
he's not the real Tony.
hopefully within another week or 2, her and, Neil will make up, and that'll be that. I feel like Doug's place becomes Blondie's really quick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I feel like Neil purchases it and renames it Blondie's.
Did he put it up for sale before he left?
I could be just, like, rushing everything in my head, but maybe they're gone for a little bit, and then once everybody realizes they're not coming back, they decide to sell it or whatever.
It is just crazy to me that Doug and Julie just left the way they did. If it's just strange.
Um, I feel like I read something that the reason why they left was because, like, the younger characters were being written for more than, like, the vets, and so they were like, "Why are we here? We're not getting any, like, storyline," which
Weird.
is the constant battle, I feel like, behind the scenes on soap operas.
It really is.
I feel like a similar thing was said when, Peter Reckell left in 2012. He was like, "When I came on, I was the young one," and he's like, "And now I'm not, so I'm getting less story." But
Marie
now
was
I
on.
feel like not that I feel like he regrets leaving, but I feel like he misses it because I feel like now he's always like, "Yeah, I'll come back. They just need to call me." Like,
Yeah. Marie was on, and she said she was happy that Liz had her memory back, which I thought was big of her since she got shot.
speaking of Marie, she was out with, Alice and Tom, and Howie Hofstadter showed up, and he
Um,
brought up, like, the whole them being snowed into a motel and the porn and everything, and I love that Tom and Alice they were a little bit shocked at first, but then they were kinda like you could tell they were picking on Marie.
they were like laughing, and she's like, "I don't think it's very funny."
She's very like, prim and proper and, like, clutches her pearls a lot, like, I feel like
She was a nun at one point, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't notice, I guess he lit a cigar because there was a point where they focused on her when she was getting all, like, jerked up, and she was like this as if she was blowing away smoke.
Yeah.
And
Oh, well,
it was an ulcer that he had. I thought it was a heart attack for some reason.
before Hope, even Bo came around, Hope was trying to get Larry to admit his feelings for her, which I thought was weird. She's really,
I feel like Hope just wants somebody to, like, be obsessed with her.
yeah, feels like that, right?
Yeah. She's like, "Do you love me? Tell me you love me."
Yeah. And what's the plan? Do you know what the plan is for Tony? Are they just going to keep him locked up indefinitely? Like,
I don't know, because when Tony was taunting Andre and Delia was there, because Andre wanted him to give him more details because he didn't want any more slip-ups of him not knowing who anybody was, or, like, he just wants details. So they're kind of, like, bribing him with, like, withholding food. Um, and Tony said something like, The plastic surgeon gave you my face, but he didn't give you my brain. You'll never remember everything." And then, like, Andre went to go hit him, but Delia stopped him and basically, like, alluded to you can't, like, mess up his face because then you won't look like him. So I don't know what the plan is.
yeah, I don't either.
It's also not Andre's plan, it's Stefano's plan, and Andre's just kinda blindly going with whatever he says.
Right.
I feel like I feel like Stefano never really sticks to his plans. I feel like he always changes course in the middle.
He does because he's very complicated as well.
I feel like he gets bored and he's like, "I wanna do this now."
Um, Bowen, well, Abe's on to Tony. Well, Tony thinks that he's the one that's killing people. Everybody's turning up dead. That was like involved now. So
Mhm.
everybody that knew Stefano was alive is dead, and then other people are turning up dead that like I guess that he paid off or whatever. But they're not showing these people dead. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, and they're not showing Andre do the killings anymore, so is he?
Yeah, I don't know. Or does Stefano have other henchmen around just killing people off?
Right. Where's Delia doing it?
It could be that bitch. She crazy.
I laughed when, real Tony saw Delia when she brought him the food, and he said, "Ah, Delia, my ever faithful servant."
Yeah, she is not faithful apparently.
Right. I
Well,
feel
at
like
least
Delia could start her own shit. She could just, like, be her own boss.
yeah. Um,
But yeah, that's a lot though. Liz got her memory back. We saw the reveal of Tony finally, not on a Friday.
the 4 episodes. Yeah, that was a lot going on.
Doug and Julie left.
Yep.
Yeah, jam-packed.
Yeah.
I almost feel like everybody's just running around and doing, like, and we're just like, "Wait, what's happening here? What's happening there?"
Right. And we still have Fridays to watch. Like,
And it's the middle of March. It's not even a sweeps thing. So now I'm
right.
like, this feels more like the show that I like. So I feel like something transitioned behind the scenes because I remember it kind of being always entertaining, and this
Yeah.
week definitely was that for me.
Yeah.
So, do you have anything else to add before we go?
No.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for another edition of Days of Our Lives 1984. We're going to head over to Patreon and watch the Friday episode, which is March 23rd. So if you would like to watch that with us, subscribe to our supporter tier for $3. We have a lot of videos up there. We have a few Days of Our Lives videos. We have Santa Barbara, Sunset Beach, One Life to Live, All My Children. The list goes on. So you definitely will get a big bang for your buck over there. But anyway, as always, you can find us on all the socials at Queers and Soaps. And until next time, have a great day. Bye.
Bye.